Good morning students, welcome back to the online class. So in the last video we have discussed about the different sources of fiber. It was plant source and it may be animal source. Okay, so from the plants we get cotton and jute fiber, and from animals we can get wool and silk fiber. Okay, in the last video we have started with the animal fibers. Okay, those were wool and silk, but we have studied about the fiber wool. Okay, so we have studied about different animals which gives us wool, and also we have studied about the processing of fibers into wool. Okay, so we have studied the different steps. Okay, today let's study about the another type of animal fiber, that is silk. Okay, so here let's study about the silk fiber. So what is silk? Okay, so silk fibers are also animal fibers. What? They are also animal fibers, and we get silk from where? From the silkworm. Silkworms spin the silk fibers. That means we get silk fibers from silkworms. The rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Okay, now here what is sericulture? The rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called sericulture. Okay, so what is rearing again? Rearing means to care or to bring up something, okay, until they are fully grown. So we are taking care of here in this topic. We are taking care of the silkworms until they are fully grown. And why we are doing this? So that we can get silk fiber. Okay, and the process of rearing silkworms for obtaining silk is known as what? Sericulture. Now let's study about the life history of silk moth. Here silk moth means nothing but a butterfly. Okay, silk moth means it is a butterfly. So the female silk moth lays eggs. Okay, who is laying the eggs? The female silk moth. Okay, female silk moth means it is a female butterfly. Okay, now from these eggs what happens? From which hatch larvae, which are called caterpillars or silkworms. So from these eggs, when it is hatched, okay, when it is hatched, what we get? We get larvae. Okay, larvae, and these larvae are known as what? Caterpillars, or we can also say silkworms. Okay, now let's study about the life cycle of a silk moth. That means butterfly, life cycle of a butterfly. Okay, so here in this picture we can see two butterflies, isn't it? That means two moths, silk moths. Okay, one is small and the other one is bigger than the first one, isn't it? Yes. Now what is the difference between small and the bigger one? Okay, so here the small ones are the male. Okay, M-A-L-E, male, and the bigger ones are female. Okay, so now why male means what? In case of human beings, if you are a boy, you are known as male. Okay, your gender will be male, and if you are a girl, then your gender will be female. Okay, so male and female. Males are small and the female are big ones. Okay, so what will happen between these two male and female silk moths? There will be mating. Okay, and then what will happen? The female silk moths, this female, here this female silk moth, female, okay, female silk moth will lay eggs. Okay, what it will give us? It will lay eggs. Okay, it will lay eggs. Here can you see the leaves, and on the leaves we can see some yellow dots. Yes, so these dots are what? Eggs. Okay, eggs. Who is laying the eggs? The female silk moth will lay the eggs. Now these eggs, when they are fully grown, they will hatch into a larvae. So they will now come to the next stage. And what is the next stage? The next stage is larvae. They will grow into a larvae. Okay, larvae, L-A-R-V-A-E, larvae, and these larvae are also known as caterpillars, C-A-T-T-E-R-P-I-L-L-A-R. Okay, so these larvae are also known as caterpillars, or we can also say it as silkworms. Okay, Now these fully grown larvae are ready to enter the next stage, which is pupa. P-U-P-A, pupa. So this pupa, what it does, first it weaves some net, okay, net to cover itself, okay. So what happens, and then this pupa or the caterpillar, it will swing its body, in a figure 8, just like the number 8, they move, there is a body movement in them. How? Just like the number 8, okay. And when they are doing this swinging, what happens, they secrete a fiber, okay, secrete a fiber which is made up of protein, fiber which is made of protein, okay. This fiber is made up of protein, and since it is made of protein, when this protein fiber comes in contact with air, or when it is exposed to the air, it becomes what? It becomes hard, okay, hard. It hardens, okay, it hardens, it becomes hard. And so what happens now, the pupa will be covered with the fiber, okay, with the hard fiber, and those fibers are what? Those are the cocoons, or we can say silk fibers, okay. So caterpillar or the pupa will be covered with cocoon, 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 or we can say silk fiber, understood? So see this image, the outside is what? Those are the cocoons, and the inner one is what? These are the pupa, okay. So pupa will be covered with a cocoon, which is a silk fiber. And now from this stage, this pupa will be ready to enter the next stage. This pupa will come to the next stage, which is known as moth, M-O-T-H, moth, that means butterfly, okay. And this transformation of pupa into moth, it happens where? It happens inside the cocoon itself, okay. Pupa is becoming moth where? Inside the cocoon, okay. And when it is fully grown, when it becomes moth, they will break this fiber and they will come out of the cocoon and they will fly away, okay, they will fly, and so they will come out, and so we will get the butterflies outside, okay. And in the same way, what happens now, again this butterfly will do what? Will lay eggs. Here in this image, some of the important points are mentioned, just like female moth lays many tiny eggs. What? Female moths will give us so many eggs, numerous, okay, so many, okay. See here, this is the egg. And then what happens, again caterpillars feed on mulberry leaves for about 3 to 4 weeks. Each of them spins a cocoon around itself, okay. What happens, they will form a cocoon. Cocoon means they are secreting what? Fibers which are made up of protein, okay. So caterpillars or the pupa, they cover itself with a cocoon, okay. And from here what happens, again the caterpillar changes into a pupa inside the cocoon. Yes, it becomes pupa inside the cocoon itself, and then again the pupa, this pupa will also be again transformed into what? Into moth. And once they become moth, they will come out of the cocoon, okay. They will break it and they will come out of the cocoon, and again we will get a adult moth, and so on, the life cycle continues, okay. And even in your book you can see the image of a life cycle of a silk, okay. See here, this is male and this is the female moth, and we get the eggs on mulberry leaves. These leaves are the mulberry leaves, because the silkworms, they eat which type of leaf? Leaves from the mulberry plants, okay. Remember this important point, okay. And then from this eggs we get the silkworm, or which we are calling it as larvae. Then it will come to the next stage, which is a pupa inside the cocoon. Pupa will be inside the cocoon, and then see, image is shown, cocoon with developing moth, and it is cocoon, and inside we can see the pupa, okay. Students, I hope you must have understood the life cycle of a silk moth. So from the life cycle of a silk moth, we came to know that we can get silk fibers from the cocoon of silk moth, or we can say from the cocoons of butterfly. So let's see in this paragraph. See here, the silk yarn is obtained from the cocoon of silk moth. Here yarn means it is a thread. Now we are getting the threads from where? From the fibers. Okay. So we are talking about the silk yarn, that means silk thread. From here we are getting it from the cocoon of silk moth. Okay. There is a variety of silk moths which look very different from one another. Yes, there is variety of silk moth and they look different from each other. We can say different types of butterflies, yes or no, they may differ in colors or they may differ in sizes. Yes, so some of them may be very small, some of them may be very big. So there is a lot of variety in silk moth, and at the same time they yield different texture, means they yield different qualities of fiber. Okay, they may be what? They may be coarse, or they may be smooth, or they may be shiny. Coarse means it is not so smooth nor it is shiny, it is little bit rough. Okay, so some of the silk fiber may be coarse, some of them may be smooth, and some of them may be shiny. Some of the names of silk fibers are like what? Tussar silk, Muga silk, and Kosa silk. Okay, are obtained from cocoons spun by different types of moths. We get from different butterflies. Okay, different moths. The most common silk moth is the mulberry silk moth. Okay, which is the most common one? It is mulberry silk moth. That means those silk moths which feed on mulberry leaves. Okay, so why it is very common? Because the silk fiber from the cocoon of this moth is soft, lustrous and elastic and can be dyed into beautiful colors. That means what? The fibers which we get from mulberry silk moth is what? They are very much soft and they are lustrous. Lustrous, the meaning of lustrous is shiny. Okay, they shine, they gives us some kind of shine and can be dyed in beautiful colors. Here dyed means we can add some color. Okay, we can color it into different colors. Okay. So sericulture or culture of silkworm is a very old occupation in India. India produces plenty of silk on a commercial scale. So what? This sericulture means the rearing of silkworm to get silk fiber is known as sericulture, and so sericulture or the culture of silkworm is what? It is a very old occupation in India. Means from the primitive days onwards, people in India, we are doing what? We do follow sericulture. We rear silkworms to get silk. Okay. India produces plenty of silk on a commercial scale. We even export the silk fibers to different countries also. So we are using those silk fibers in our business purposes. Okay students, I hope you must have understood the lesson. So the remaining part let's continue in the next class with the next video. Thank you.